It's November. So the last couple of days had me just going through a bit of a mental blast, and oh boy howdy, how the rest of this month is going to go, I have no idea. But in the meantime, we're not going to talk about the rest of this month. We're going to look back on last month, maybe a little bit smaller in content, but well, a lot's been going on, and with what's coming up next as well. I mean, the main point being is that with my therapy sessions, I'm now being looked into speaking with a medical consultant to being medicated, which is a good sign. I quite like that, and especially now more than ever, it's kind of needed. Before I go any further with this video, I would like to basically point out the obvious, that what we're experiencing right now in November is that yes, we got stabbed. Metaphorically, not literally, although it does feel like it's literally stabbed. How and when the knife will start to turn into the wound, we don't know. All we can do right now, as part of a community within the LGBTQ community, for races, for women, for everyone that was basically affected by the results of November 5th. What we can do right now is fight on. We will not roll on our backs and take it. We will do everything in our power to make sure our voices continue to be heard for the next 4 years, that we have a right to speak our mind, to say what we have to say, and quite most importantly, keep being here. I know a lot of people have been affected heavily by this, and a lot of people have done things to which are not good in the end results. But right now, the best that we can do is keep on fighting to do what we can do. And if you feel as though the struggle is there, to all of my friends in America, there are helplines. Call them. Speak with a therapist. Find a mental clinic. Call a crisis line if you have those concerns. Do not sit in silence. Let your voice be heard. And it is okay to say that you're not okay right now. So, with that said, here is October. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't look like it holds a lot of coffee. I mean, whatever happened to just having a decent cup of coffee? It's weird.
I like to start my morning slow, wearing my Hanes Moves X-Temp Total Support Pouch Boxer Briefs.
Oh yeah, when you do it, it's considered as art and a commercial. But when I do that, I just get weird looks from customers, and the officer tell me to put my hands behind my back. Hugh Jackman in Marvel films. Henry Cavill in DC films. Sorry, it had to be done. Okay, boys and girls, let's settle down. Pay close attention, as there will be a question following after this. Outside my apartment building, there's usually people who are sitting on the doorstep with their backs against the front door. And this is both on each side of the building. Now, apparently, from my point of view, this is considered as a health and safety hazard, but also as well a fire hazard, because if there are emergencies, people need to get out of that apartment very quickly. So this is an obstruction. So hypothetically, if someone was to one day kick open the door, in which the door flies open towards the people sitting down at the front doorstep, smacking them in the back and most probably doing damage to their spine, who's at fault there? Would it be the person who kicked the door open, or would it be the people who don't know what no loitering means? Hypothetical question, it hasn't happened yet, but if the answer is what I think it is, it may happen soon. Right, so a bit more details for this topic then. So there is a no loitering sign on the back side of the building, so it is a bit of wear and tear, the paint's wearing off, but it does clearly state no loitering. But there's no sign of that on the front of the building. So, regardless, you would think that people would use a bit of common sense to know, wait a minute, I don't think I should be sitting obstructing this door because people may need to get in and out of the building in case there was emergency and such. I not think it's okay to nudge over 2 steps to the left so there's just barely just enough room to squeeze through to get in and out of the building. I'm just saying, food for thought on that when it's people's feet are starting to get a little bit twitchy on that front door. I just did a very Dolores Umbridge sort of thing just now. So if you looked back on my previous video, I talked about the situation that I had with the bank when it came to my paycheck. Last time it put me in a bit of a mental relapse and my depression hit me so hard, basically I had to call up the crisis line and talk to a therapist very quickly because it put me in a very bad place. I was more collective and calm this time around, however it is still lingering at the back of my brain. So, a long story short, too late, my boss gave me my paycheck, in which I went to the bank and I had cashed in through my bank. They told me this time around that it would be 1 business day that I will see the funds go through into my account. This was on Friday. Today is Tuesday. So I spoke with my boss yesterday about this situation, in which the bank said, oh, it's most probably something to do on their end because of a lack of funds. Which is bullshit, because if there was a situation with funds, my boss would have told me this straight away and we would have gone a different route for it. Like, they would have given me cash and then given me an invoice as well on my paycheck. It's a good working relationship and communication is key. So basically, speaking with my boss yesterday, they turned around and said, oh, everything should be sorted now, the hold will be taken off the finances and you should see that in your account after midnight tonight. I spoke with a representative today to ask, why is this hold still on my finances when I've been told that this should have been resolved today? They gave me the same copy and paste answer as they normally would. A lack of funds from the person's point of view, this is happening, that is happening, and basically it's an extended hold that will take place up until next week. Now here's the thing, I am an adult. I have bills to pay. Seeing my paycheck that I have earned for the last 2 weeks, lack of a better word, being held hostage by the bank, is simply bang out of order. Although the last time I talked to the bank about this situation, again, it was the mental relapse, my depression came out, and I said some very dark things in the middle of a bank. So I asked this representative on the chat, do I need to basically grovel and let my depression succumb so I can see these funds being put into my account? Even though they're doing their job, they said, no, there's nothing else we can do, this is an extended hold, we can't lift the hold. Understandable, you're just doing your job of what the bank is paying you to do, and basically that's all you could do, so thank you for your help. In which they ended saying, well, we thank you so much for banking with us, and we are so glad that you are part of this bank's names family. To which my last words for them were, for now.
For now?
This may sound strange, but Idlithu is the pepper. That's it. Well, there's no need for closed captioning when, like I said, it may sound strange, but Little drippy of my oils because I bought this diffuser and I'd like to calm the fuck down. Yes. Oh, look, it's smoky and it smells of eucalyptus. So, basically, the last couple of days, while I've been going through a bit of a mental blip, I watched a few Instagram stories from one of my old colleagues that I went to college with and did performing arts with, and hearing her sing and basically her performances really has pushed my mentality into a place of I may look at doing some singing projects again on YouTube. I mean, it's been an absolute while since I've done performing arts, and it's been a hell of a longer to do singing project, and it's something in which now, after seeing what she has done, that I kind of want to do. So big thank you to Lauren Drew for basically giving me some sort of motivation to get into singing again. Eucalyptus. Those shoes have served me well. I am upgrading to newer shoes. How do they feel and how do they work on me? Well, let's put them to the test.
I'm going to a Halloween party hosted by Grindr.
And what's the sub-theme for it? Ghosted?
Thieves with a nose for fine cheese have pulled off a massive cheddar heist in London.
And we found the headline for tomorrow's newspaper. Greer today, gone tomorrow. Yes, but also no. Let me explain. So, originally, cheddar cheese was produced and originated in the small little town of Cheddar in Somerset, which can be found in southwest England by a dairyman by the name of Joseph Harding. Now, when that is distributed worldwide, anyone can make cheddar. Anyone in the world can make cheddar, whether it be in England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, America, anywhere whatsoever. You can get cheddar from Wales, where I have it in my store, where it's a red dragon cheddar. So that is basically Welsh cheddar with dark ale, so you get a nice infusion of a silky, creamy goodness, but also with mustard seed. Absolutely delicious. Or you can get cheddar cheese here, some of them in which is made locally, like one here in New York State on the Lake Effect, and that one is just your plain cheddar, and it's all about where it's produced.
Down, down, down.